Hello and welcome, I'm Marco. Time to continue our record breaker campaign. It's been a few days. Few days have passed since I've posted the last episode. I've been very busy with my work, so to compensate you guys, I'm going to do a longer episode today. So it's now time to demand the unlawful territory to gain imperial authority. There you go. Thanks to the Austrian national idea, gain plus 10% of imperial authority, so gaining 11 imperial authority per province at this point. But we cannot unlock that, cannot pass that reform, because that reform will ban all wars inside the HRE. Now it's time to declare more wars. Give, I would say, 14 provinces to our allies, provinces that they can't core, and then pass all the reforms needed to revoke the privileges. Offering them military access to improve their relations, because it will obviously make adding unlawful territory from them much easier. So I'm checking for targets. Guys, make a nice target. I'm rather weak, but everything helps, I guess. I'm gonna do something that I never did. I'm gonna give money to one of my enemies. It's gonna be my enemy for them to pay their debts and maybe join the war against me, because I want their provinces. But unfortunately it ended up failing. They didn't pay the loans, so that was wasted money. Whatever. Gave them a bunch of money, but they didn't pay the loans. We go. Another war. This one is gonna be very quick. We're making lots of money, so not a big deal. So we had already the full track and Bremen. We can probably farm another 4 provinces from here, from these guys. We'll see. I like to micromanage. Don't know if you've noticed it, you probably already did. Even though I micromanage almost everything, I don't like to give orders for the armies to move to the next province so that I can stop their movement to avoid attrition. That's the attrition of reaching a province. I seldom do that because, well, that's too much micro. Doesn't matter much if you are strong. Go. Everyone is carpet siege. Back to our territory to avoid attrition and therefore war exhaustion. At this point, if our ruler died, Saxony would become the emperor. That would be dreadful. There we go, we caught Hungary fabricating the claim. Trying to save some ducats, but I decided against it because we are probably going to war again very soon. The next idea will give us another national idea. Here we go, this is another change from 1.8. Now even if we are below 2, both in war exhaustion or inflation, we can reduce it to 0, which is great. Didn't make much sense it was before. If we ended the war with 1.9 war exhaustion, or we had 1.9 inflation, we could not reduce it. Looks like Bohemia is facing a big coalition war. But at this point it doesn't matter anymore. They are not our allies. So it's a bit hard to comment. It's always the same thing, just finding targets. Carpet siege then gives the provinces to our allies, the provinces that they cannot core, and then pass the imperial reforms. As usual, looking for more targets. Those guys are so weak that I don't need allies. But as usual, I'm very careful. So trying to see if we have more better targets or something like that. We'll see. So this war is almost over. Soon we'll start transferring the occupation. Sorry about the long times of silence, but there's not much to say. Waiting for the province to fall. Since we have a general with siege, I just I use that regiment to bring the general to the siege. Here we go. The province has fallen and signed the peace treaties. But first, as usual, transfer the occupation. Since Mainz is our new ally, they don't have much aggressive expansion, so they are going to take the biggest chunk this war. As usual, take as much money as possible. That comes with inflation, but not very worried. we are a step closer to revoking their privileges. But it will still take a while, because we still need a lot of provinces. Ansbach is still at war. An ally of Bohemia. Just checking for the next target. If possible, I don't want to drag any of my allies to the next war, of course. Since Ansbach won't join, you guys make a fine target. At least another 5 juicy provinces for our allies. At this point I'm worried with Ansbach being forced to return cores. Burgundy just joined the war, no problem. It won't slow us down because we are friends. We have friends on our side. Like I was saying, at this point I'm very worried that if Bohemia loses the war, and since Ansbach is one of their allies, Ansbach might be forced to return the cores that they have. That cannot happen. That would slow me down. So, as you can see there, Würzburg is sieging Ansbach. So I was trying to find a way to go to war with Würzburg or enforce peace, something like that. But I was very lucky because Würzburg was one of the allies of, I think, Trier, so we are now at war with them. Würzburg is the war leader of the coalition war against Bohemia, so that was amazing, because that will allow us to unsiege the provinces that are being sieged by Würzburg, and will probably lead to an early ending of the war with Bohemia. As you can see there, I'm already unsieging those provinces, but they pissed out. Bohemia lost Nuremberg. They were forced to give the core back to Bavaria, but I don't think Ansbach lost provinces, so that made me very, very happy. Looks like France is needing our help. Let's see. At this point, since we are very near passing all the reforms needed to make all the HRE princes our vassals, I decided to improve relations with everyone that had negative opinion. That will help very much pass the reforms. And a wipe. We lost a bunch of regiments over there, which is awesome. Time to carpet siege as soon as possible. Carpet siege quickly to avoid issues with allies piecing out sooner. I mean, with the allies doing separate peace treaties. I always consolidate because not only they will fight better, but if I consolidate without artillery, we will only leave 2 regiments in the province instead of leaving God knows how many regiments. It all depends of the amount of. It all depends of the strength of the regiment. So this way, every time I click that button, only 2 regiments will stay behind. If you have artillery, 3 regiments will remain behind. If you're talking about the level 2 fort, of course. Let's go take care of Burgundy. Why not? 3 power, soon we'll have the diplomatic idea group completed, so can ditch the royal marriage if we want to. Without any consequences, but a negative modifier with hands back, and it soon it won't matter. Go. Provinces are starting to fall. Much to say here, as usual, just carpet sieging. Make sure our sieging stacks remain alive if possible. I always give priority to the coastal provinces because those take more time to siege if we don't have a fleet blockading. So it makes sense to send the stacks to the coastal provinces first and then come inland. If we have the command of the sea, it doesn't really matter which province we siege, just as long as we are blockading. And got our points, 35, 3 points from that royal marriage. And Burgundy does not quit, but doesn't stand a chance. Leave 1 regiment behind to keep the siege going and go kill that Burgundian stack before they become too powerful and threaten my sieging stacks. Yep, better relations over time guide to clear the aggressive expansion faster. And another war that's over. And these guys love us. Mains is now defensive, so useless. Sorry, not defensive, but threatened. Yep, go home. We have a bunch of legal influence, but I'm storing it to raise the stability. Just seeing the new options over there. Now we can buy stability, buy legitimacy, reduce the price of loans, ask money. But I guess it's only worth it to buy stability and maybe legitimacy. In my opinion, that is. Checking for more guys that I need to improve the relations. Save Imperial Authority. There we go. Go back. This war didn't take long. Since I was not going to boost stability, the guy that gives us money is better. And we gain the free stability over there, always good. Unlock another military tech. Choose the longbow due to having more shock. Guess we are going to war with Bavaria soon. That will certainly be the last war before we revoke the privileges. We will see. This is a just in case war. I want to make sure that I have the needed points to pass all the reforms. So, as usual, better safe than sorry. Transferring the occupations to our allies. I always ask war reparations, there's no reason not to ask it if we have enough war score. Just 10%. Does not tie any diplomatic relations. Time to go siege mains. As usual, ask for trade power to improve the relations. The usual stuff, calling the allies to arms. Ferrara is in debt, so I'm gonna give them money. I also have a bit of war exhaustion, but giving them money was enough. Let's go France. They are in a war with us, they cannot betray us. There you go. Time to carpet siege Bavaria. When this there's some mercs. The next episode will be the last before we revoke the privileges and start blobbing like crazy. So yeah, thank you for watching, and as usual, take care.